Hey, what up, Torona, aka Cinematic Cisse, and today I'm back in the Sanctuary, the movie theater, y'all, and today I'm talking about the audience. Don't think the audience is a fool, because they ain't. Even though many of them don't know much about the filmmaking aspects that go into it, a lot of them do research. There's some who are really into it, but a lot of them know what a great story is, they know what great acting is, they know what great films are. And that's who it's all about. It's not about the actors, it's not about the director, even though the actors are the lifeblood of the movie. When all these people get on set and get beside themselves and have it be all about them. Yes, I understand it could be about a particular person, but like I said, when it comes down to it, it's all about the audience. That's who you're preaching to. That's who's going to see your cinematic testimony. Just like in the workforce, when it comes down to it, it's all about the customer. It ain't about who's the best employee, who did what. I know some people don't get credit for what they did, but there's an old saying. It doesn't matter who does a job as long as the job gets done. Some people don't care who made the movie as long as the movie's made. That's all that matters, is if it gets made or not. Just like the Batman. There could be another director. Some people would be disappointed because they were hoping it was Matt Reeves, but if someone else came along, some people wouldn't care. They just want to see the movie. But the audience is the ones who are going to tell you the truth about your film, not some pro-film critics. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong listening to them, but at the same time, they're paid critics. They see things from a certain perspective. The audience, they'll give you that reality, especially that fact that they don't know much about filmmaking. That's who you want to listen to. As a filmmaker, I would pay to go see my own movies and sit in there with the real audience and get the real reaction, just to get that vibe. I would still go to the movies and sit with an audience. I would still sit with the filmmakers and producers and all those people, but nothing beats real people with the real vibe. Like I said in one of my last videos, vibes don't lie. There's nothing like sitting in a theater with a room full of people, having them have the real reactions. You can feel the different energy levels in there. You can see the excitement, you can see where you messed up on, what they liked, what they didn't like. And like I said, that's who you're preaching to. The audience is the congregation. The director is the head, is the shepherd, is the preacher. And the actors are given the testimony. And each person in that movie is given a personal testimony of that character they're acting. And the director is putting that testimony from script to screen and giving it to the audience, the sheep. Think of it that way. Like I said, this is all about a philosophical aspect of filmmaking. That's what these sermons are. But I just love a live audience. They're the best. Just like sitting in a football stadium or basketball stadium, baseball, don't matter. It's fun just being there with the people because the energy, it's phenomenal. Like I said, I don't mean to repeat myself, I would pay to see my own movies. I love to be with real people. I know some A-listers and everyone can't sit in there because of, the attention and all that stuff, but Michael B. Jordan did it in the debut of Black Panther. He went on the cover and he surprised the audience. I would do something like that. But when Jesus was preaching, he was preaching to a multitude. He had an audience. He had an audience everywhere he went. And that's what you will have as you go some places, as you blow up, an audience. But like I said, it's all about them with the movies. I don't know, so don't get caught up in trying to please them, because you can't please everybody. You could win awards, but that still ain't going to please people. Don't get caught up in that. Even if you're just doing it for one person. Sometimes when you write a script, think about one person. Yourself, a loved one, significant other, or just that one person you want to dedicate the film to, and other people will be drawn to it. Don't sit there and think, what will the world like? Because if you get caught up in trying to do that, it's not going to work out. Because then you get caught up in people pleasing, then you get caught up in idolatry, trying to please the audience. just make the film, whether they like it or not. They'll tell you whether they like it or not. In the reviews, that I listen to reviews. And I'm not not just pro critics, but YouTubers, people who follow you on social media. Listen to them. They'll tell you what's up. There's nothing wrong with listening to pro critics, but like I said, I don't like to listen to them too much because they're seeing it from a different perspective. They have direct insight in the industry versus folks who don't. They're only on the outside looking in. And that's who you mainly want to listen to. That's just my opinion. But like I said, the audience is coming to see your testimony. And a great story equals a great testimony, y'all. We banging.